Alright, so for this next video cast, I thought we'd take a very quick look at our document cameras. Now, what I've done here is I've got a little video camera going, and it's pointing at the wall, which is projecting the document camera. I've got the document camera actually pointing at the control panel of the document camera. Now, we have two different document cameras in this building. They both look alike. They are the AverVision 300i, and you'll see over on this wall I've got the AverVision 300AF. Now, if you have a really new one, you have the AF. But if you have one of the original document cameras, over a year old, then you most likely have the AverVision 300i. But all you need to do is look down at your control panel and you'll see that. One of the biggest complaints that we have with the video cameras, or the document cameras, I'm sorry, is that when you put your hand in there or when you put another object in there, that they're constantly changing between light and dark, their contrast is adjusting. And the reason for that is because they are set up to do an auto contrast. And I want to show you how to change that. It works for both the 300i or the 300AF version, but they are slightly different menus. To change this auto contrast or auto black and white level, I would go to the menu, and you can see that my menu has popped up, and I would go down to Advance, and then click on the arrow that points to the right to select that menu. Then go down to White Balance, click the right arrow again, and make sure that it is set for Manual, and then Measure. And it's going to measure the existing room, and it's going to set it manually, and it won't continually adjust it. Now, if your picture still is not perfect, you can go back to the main menu, and you can click on Brightness or on Contrast, and you can make some manual adjustments for the brightness and the contrast. Now, what you want to do is you want to set this up sometime in your classroom when your lights are on, and it is exactly the way it'll be when your kids are there. And so that you would set it up. Make sure that you've set the white balance. Again, that's go to Menu, Advance, White Balance, and set it for Manual. And that should really decrease on this this change in brightness. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here to take a look at the 300AF machine, and you'll see that the menu is exactly the same. Slight differences in some of the wording, but for the most part it's the same. I would go to Advance, click on the right button, go to White Balance, right button, and make sure it is set to Manual, Measure. And you notice the minute I did that, my blue screen it's remeasured itself, and I have real true color here. So click Menu multiple times to get out of the menu. Okay. Now I'm going to come on back. Well, the other thing that the 300AF has that the 300i doesn't is the autofocus button. And I'm sure that if you have the 300AF, you've already found this button is quite handy. I'm going to come back to the 300i and do one last thing for us. A lot of us are not quite used to or in the habit of using the capture capabilities of these machines. And what I want to do for you is show you how easy it is. You have three buttons up here. Camera, which of course means your document camera. Playback is if you've stored any images inside the document camera, this will play them back. And PC, if you've connected a PC to these connections down here, if you've connected the PC to that connection, that would allow you to toggle back and forth between the document camera and the computer. Okay, let me turn it back on. Now, right now you can see that I'm on the camera. I don't have a computer connected to it, so the PC is not going to do anything. It just says it's not set up. And now I just switched from camera to playback. And in playback mode, it shows you all of the images that are on the camera. I mean, on the document camera. And you can now just play them back by clicking on the playback button again, and it'll select that image. And then the right arrow will change your picture. Okay. To capture an image, you can see that I've gone back to the camera, and I've got a book here. You would simply point the picture, get it exactly the way you want it, and press Capture Delete button. And when you do, in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, you will see it says Captured, and Save. Now if I go back to my playback, press playback again to get the title, all of those tiles, the thumbnail images, we will see that the pictures I just captured will be at the bottom of this page. You can see that I used this document camera for one of the books of the month. And there is the picture I captured. I press the right arrow. I'm sorry, not the right arrow. I press the playback button again to toggle between thumbnails and picture. So again, and it gives me my image. There's my thumbnails. Okay? So, that's just a real quick little look at the AverVision's a way to adjust that white balance that keeps on flickering for some people, and and a perhaps capturing images if that's something that you would like to start experimenting with. All right, I hope this has been useful. Talk to you later.